Deli Edition.
Knicks Deli Edition, baby. I want to welcome y'all back to Knicks Deli. We're going to talk about Karl-Anthony Towns today. When Karl-Anthony Towns was traded to the New York Knicks in August 2024, it stunned much of the basketball world. Few anticipated the Minnesota Timberwolves parting ways with their franchise big man just after a deep playoff run of their own. But perhaps even fewer than that anticipated how well Towns would fit into the chaos, into the culture, into the clamor of Madison Square Garden. What unfolded during the 24-25 NBA season was more than just a professional transition. It was a homecoming spirit. Towns is a native of nearby New Jersey, and he had long been whispered about as a dream acquisition for us. When the front office, led by Leon Rose, pulled the trigger and also added Mikal Bridges via trade, the direction of the franchise shifted overnight. Yes, we lost Isaiah Hartenstein in free agency, but our additions compensated with star power, chemistry, and purpose. And the result? A run to the Eastern Conference Finals energized the fan base and reminded the league that the Knicks are no longer a punchline. We're a powerhouse now. And at the center of that movement stood Towns, rejuvenated, reinvigorated, and most importantly, reintegrated into a winner. It was a seamless integration that he made into the spirit of the city. It's rare to see a player of Towns' stature and offensive gravity make such a smooth transition to a new system, especially under a notoriously demanding coach like Tom Thibodeau. But from day one, Towns embraced that challenge. His chemistry with Jalen Brunson was instantaneous, calling him Cap. His high-low plays with Mitch Robinson created matchup nightmares in the playoffs. And his ability to stretch the floor opened up lanes for OG Anunoby and Josh Hart. It was palpable. Off the court, the connection with fans was also palpable. Towns appeared on local podcasts. He connected with the community, and he made a conscious effort to understand what basketball means in New York. It wasn't just PR, it was authentic. Fans embraced him, and he embraced that moment. He was rewarded with an all-star selection as a result of it, his 4th overall. But the first that felt like a new chapter rather than just a resume bullet. He wasn't just part of the team, he was part of the emotional pulse of it. Of course, it wasn't all smooth. There were stretches where there were concerns that were mounting about overuse. Towns playing through minor injuries. Fans were familiar with Tibbs' grinding rotations and his reputation for riding his stars. It raised eyebrows. Towns continued to log heavy minutes, back-to-backs, sometimes limping through fourth quarter blowouts. The statistical drop in his three-point attempts was another noticeable adjustment. Towns is long known as the most dangerous shooting big man in league history. He actually took fewer shots from beyond the arc than in previous years. It was widely speculated that Tom Thibodeau had reined in his perimeter freedom in favor of more post-ups and elbow actions. Towns didn't complain though. He adapted. But it led to legitimate questions about whether his offensive ceiling was being underutilized. But despite that, Towns accepted every tweak to his game without ego. He played team-first basketball, and he demonstrated a commitment to winning above everything else. But also, it's a new time right now. This is what we're looking at. We have Mike Brown as coach. With Tom Thibodeau now out and Mike Brown in as Knicks' new head coach, the focus shifts on what comes next for Karl-Anthony Towns. Brown, known for his success in developing bigs, see Domantas Sabonis, in Sacramento, reportedly has ambitious plans for Towns in 25-26. Expect to see Cat used more than just a floor spacer or post-up option. Brown envisions a role where Towns facilitates offense from the top of the key, operates in delay actions, and reclaims his three-point volume, essentially unlocking this MVP version of Towns that made him a generational talent coming out of Kentucky. Brown's offense thrives on movement, cutting, and creativity, and Towns has all of the tools to excel in such a system. No longer limited to Thibodeau's rigid schemes, he'll be given more freedom to create, which could lead to a career-best offensive season for him. But the question now comes going into this second season with the Knicks, what tweaks do we need to make? For Cat to truly reach his next level under Mike Brown, a few tweaks will have to be critical. Reclaim your three, young man. He needs to resume shooting 6 to 8 threes per game. The modern NBA depends on spacing, and few bigs offer it at his level. More threes will also preserve his body and reduce wear from interior battles. Next, he has to improve his defense in space. Although he improved as a rim protector, defending pick and rolls and quick wings remains a weak spot for him. Under Brown's more versatile schemes, improved footwork and positioning could be key to him staying on the court in crucial moments. Next, he has to enhance his passing vision. If Brown does run offense through Towns, he'll need to become a better passer on the move, anticipating cutters, reading double teams, and facilitating without rushing. Next, durability and load manage has to come into play. Towns playing through pain, showing the grit. Long-term success is going to depend on him staying healthy by the postseason. Smarter rest and rotation patterns could extend his impact through May and June. The secret weapon? New York's full support. All of that said, the true key to unlocking the MVP version of Karl-Anthony Towns is something intangible. The full, unapologetic support of the New York Knicks fan base. No trainer, coach, or analytics team can give a player what New York energy gives when it's fully behind you. Towns had that in Minnesota early in his career, and it helped propel him to his first All-Star nod. But this is different. This is the Garden. This is the pressure cooker. This is Broadway. And if the city continues to stand behind him, you'll see a confident, dominant version of Cat who feels unshakable because he knows the city's got his back. A second year in the Knicks jersey is a statement year. It's not just about blending in. It's about owning the moment and taking it personally. Towns' presence makes the Knicks perennial contenders. He's no longer adjusting. Now it's time to assert. And that's where we, as fans, matter more than ever. Because the smear campaign is real. So the call of action has to be realer. Since Towns arrived, haters have found new ways to knock him. And by extension, the Knicks off balance. The zesty label, the social media slander, the cheap jokes designed to question his masculinity or imply he's soft. They've all become part of the playbook. At this year's ESPY Awards, a comedian who ESPN has had jokes about the Knicks for 25 years teed up the Knicks' great season only to undercut it with a swipe at Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns? What up, girl? The room laughed, but everyone knew the subtext. It wasn't basketball critiquing. It was identity policing. This kind of thing doesn't just mock one man. It gives license to fans, to trolls, and to even other players to diminish what Towns brings to the table. To make it okay to question his heart or his toughness. But let's be clear, Towns has played through more adversity, injury, grief, media disrespect than most stars. He's proven his dedication and grit over and over again. Knicks fans, we need to speak up and ride for Cat the way Chicago rode for Rodman. We don't side with outsiders. We don't laugh at our own when the world is laughing at them. We create pressure, not absorb it. If Karl-Anthony Towns is wearing our jersey, then every insult toward him is an insult towards all of us. We got to put that to a stop. What we should commend him for, selflessness. He altered his game. He took fewer threes. He absorbed contact. He never made it about himself. His toughness. He played through pain in a rugged Eastern Conference and never ducked the spotlight. His leadership. Quietly but effectively, Towns became a locker room glue guy. He encouraged, he listened, and he set the example. His chemistry. His seamless fit in with Brunson, Anunoby, Bridges, all of that speaks about his adaptability and his basketball IQ. His resilience on and off the court. Him staying focused on the bigger picture. Winning in New York. That's what he should be commended for. And Cat, as a personal goal, my guy, I got some for you. Personal goal should be earning all NBA honors, of course, and helping the Knicks return to the Eastern Conference Finals, hell, the NBA Finals. This time with a healthier body, higher usage, and a bigger imprint on both ends. More specifically, 23 plus points a game, 9 plus rebounds, 4 plus assists, 38 from 3, a defensive rating under 110, and maybe, just maybe, MVP votes. So Karl-Anthony Towns didn't just join us last season. He chose us last season. And now the Knicks have to choose him, back with full loud energy, loud support, and unconditional loyalty. He made the franchise better on day one. And with the right tweaks and a fan base that has his back no matter what, the ceiling is not the ceiling. Let's make it known. Cat is one of us. We ride with ours. And we don't fold for nobody. What say you? Keep this in mind. Same thing applies to life that applies to our team. If there is no struggle, there's no progress. But also remember this. Whether it's out there in the real world or here in these YouTube streets, here in Knicks Deli, baby, everybody eats. I'm your boy Shia, and I'm out. Peace.